Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to talk about an amazing new feature that the Genshin devs have finally put into the game. They've added the skip button. Holy moly, are we dreaming? A one-click time skip for quests. I think myself and a lot of Genshin Impact players have been looking forward to this moment for such a very long time, right? 5 years, possibly 50 plus patches of really bad story. Surely it's over. Surely this isn't another situation where Hoyoverse goes ahead, advertises a crazy demanded feature by the player base in their developer discussion, and then pulls another bait and switch. Surely this isn't like the situation in the past when they advertised that artifact loadouts are going to be coming to the game, and then the version of artifact loadouts that they released and advertised was actually already in the game. They're surely not going to do that, and they're not going to make any improvements on the feature and do false advertising in their developer discussion, right? That would never happen. Not after they did it the first time. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in here. Alrighty. Boy, oh boy, am I ready for this one. One-click time skip for quests and character talent demo videos added. Dear Traveler, a new developer's discussion is here. Starting from version 5.8, the dev team has brought new features such as a one-click time skip for quests and video demos for character talents. Awesome, sounds great. Make it easier for travelers to complete quests and gain a clearer understanding of character talents. Okay, I'm so ready. Ready, set, go. Jump straight to the quest required time with one... Wait until 8 to 12 the next day. Open the clock and adjust the pointer. Oops, off by a few minutes. Not anymore! Starting in version 5.8, you can simply click to navigate to the quest objective and automatically jump to the... Quest spans more than 2 days? Just click to navigate again. That's the feature that they decided to advertise over here. They decided to tell everybody that they're going to have a one-click time skip. They pretended that it was a skip function for the story. They baited players into getting their hopes up. And then this is what the actual feature is. The actual feature is the ability to skip clicking the escape menu and then clicking the hourglass. After 5 years, and everyone begging for a skip button because the story in this game is actually dog shit. Because watching lore videos is more engaging than actually playing the fucking game. Players have been begging for a skip button so that they can actually start completing their backlog of quests. They put this in the developer notes, and it's the ability to make time go by faster. A feature they've already had in the game, naturally, but now they're making it slightly easier to do this. Why do Genshin Impact's devs keep doing this? They have to have some sort of fetish or some type of obsession with disappointing their player base and then getting told how retarded they are. I'm not even joking. Super clear from all of the different responses that different members of the community have made. You have 9 billion off of mobile revenue in 5 years and still don't have a skip button. I'm just trying to figure it out. Let's be honest, they're saving any major quality of life changes for big 6.0 announcements. Guys, it's not a skip button. Calm down. Dude, come on. Skip buttons in games. Genshin's destroyed keyboard. And then skip buttons in the rest of the gacha titles. Red skip. Went to read the discussion and this is a meme. As you can see, the community is not very happy. It has to be some sort of humiliation kink at this point for you to know that your advertising is going to piss people off and get people calling you stupid, incompetent, lazy, and, paycheck stealing thieves. You know that people are going to do that when you're advertising your updates like this. And then they look at the details, they see the implementation, but they keep doing it over and over and over and over again. They keep leaving like these breadcrumbs of their incompetence everywhere so that like somebody can build up like an entire repository of every single way that they're falling through on promises to their players. Do you guys remember this video? This was 5 months ago. A survey that they gave to the player base regarding actual quality of life features that people actually want. How satisfied are you with the time limit on acquiring talent level up materials? What they do in this survey is they go ahead and they perfectly outline what all the issues are across the player base when it comes to this game. The progression feels disjointed, being forced to pause enhancement progression due to time limits. I miss material farming times. They know all the exact issues with the game. They gave out this survey 5 months ago, and we have not heard a single bit of improvement ever since. Nothing. Radio silence from these developers, from this survey that perfectly encapsulated everything that needs to be fixed with this fucking game. Why do they love being made fun of this much? Why do they refuse to fix the game? And why do they keep giving players reason to quit this shit? I don't get it. Why are you going around and baiting and switching players? You know that all this is going to do is piss people off, but you keep doing it. Maybe the rest of these changes are worthy. Maybe the rest of these updates are actually something great. Flexible adjustments, audio settings shortcut, added to dialogue interface. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. I guess that's neat for somebody that was like, you know, playing the game on mute and then finally realized it. Or maybe like Paimon comes on the screen and I don't want to hear her, so I can just mute her in real time. Actually, probably W feature just for that addition alone. World exploration. Material tracking. Local specialty spotters gather around. Good news, in the new version, the material tracking interface will display character icons for those who can detect local specialties in the... How about you just destroy the system and just put in what's in Wuthering Waves? Why not just go ahead and make every single player enjoy this game more and just add this? What's the issue? Why do we need characters? Why not just make the collection process easier? You already know that Genshin Impact is quite possibly one of the most painful games to play if you're leveling up your character. You already need 168 drops of this fucking bullshit just to level somebody up in the first place, and you make it a complete pain in the fucking dick to even collect them. We already know the reason though, right? They're doing everything in their power to extend the player's playtime, because there's not actually a good game that keeps people locked in, that keeps people playing it. The thing that keeps people locked in is that it takes fucking forever to do everything. You need to wait 4 days in terms of respawn time to collect all the mats, and then you also have to spend multiple hours collecting them to level up a fucking character. There's already so many things that extend the playtime in this system alone, and they can't even give the players like the smallest offering, like just like the tiniest bit of reprieve from the grind. Collecting them and finding them in the first place is also a pain in the fucking ass too. There's already enough barriers at this point. Just modernize the game to some small degree. Do something. Do anything. It could be here. It could be in this gigantic fucking survey that you've completely ignored. Just do something that isn't useless. It's been 5 years. I don't even know what's useful anymore. Maybe this will be the next one. Oculus Resonance Stone upgrade. More flexibility in collecting oculi. Starting in version 5.8, if you've already marked one Oculus location, you can consume another one to mark a new one. Oh, so I guess in the past, if you did this, you weren't able to use a second stone if you couldn't find it. Maybe if this said starting in version 1.1, I'd make more sense out of this. I guess if it took about 60 versions of the game for people to realize that there was actually an issue with this, maybe it's not that big of a deal. Or maybe this is like the first thing on their laundry list of critiques that they're finally getting to after 5 years. I don't know which one it is. All right, now let's move on to artifacts. To help travelers select suitable artifacts for their characters more easily, after the version 5.8 update, when a fully leveled 5-star artifact has the highlighted main affix and a certain number of highlighted minor affixes, it will be marked with a special icon. They're literally doing everything in their power not to actually add loadouts. They're doing everything that they could possibly fucking think of to not even put in loadouts into the game. I don't even know at this point anymore. Who asked for this? What is this? What is this even supposed to be? Just go ahead and follow through on your promise for artifact loadouts. Just add in what's in Wuthering Waves. Stop recycling old systems that nobody used because they're AI generated garbage. It's so easy. You have the blueprint. Just take what Wuthering Waves does. Do it from what's in here. It's just that simple. There's a reason why I always say sorry for showing the better game, because it literally is. And it's so easy for Genshin to become better as well, but they still refuse to do it. Patch after patch after fucking patch, bro. And it's painful to see. as somebody that used to play this game. But maybe it'll be redeemed. Perhaps Hoyo's taking a page out of another company's book. Maybe they're saving the best for last. Test run and character talents. Combat talent demos added for new characters. Before, you would just see the character icon and a description of the ability. Now, you'll see the character use the ability. I'll give credit where credit is due. This is nice to have in a game. But I also got to talk about something else in particular. This is a feature every game like has on launch. I'll give the same exact critique to Kuro Games. They don't have this in game. They have diagrams for the attacks that you should use, but maybe there's a reason why Kuro doesn't have it in the game. Because I wonder if this is gonna lag the shit out of the client. We'll see. Maybe it'll be optimized. I'm not gonna go ahead and say that this is a bad. This is probably the second most useful thing in the update. And it is the one thing that I'll say from this quality of life that should probably be in Wuthering Waves. Because yes, it can be sometimes difficult to find out how specific parts of a mechanic work, but I mean, it's also like Genshin also has the shittiest test run and trading mode out of every single Hoyoverse title as well. You could think about Genshin releasing this because their talent or their test runs for the new units are them just dropping you with their team and then telling you to go do random shit and then telling you to go beat the enemies. There's no actual trading mode at all, and you're not told how to do anything in their kit. So maybe this is their alternative for that. I would just say as a whole, there's one slightly okay thing that's like, I mean, it's another like shortcut for not looking up a guide. The rest of this is complete dog shit. The rest of this is a complete disappointment. I don't know why these developers repeatedly have such an obsession with what is essentially false advertising, because who's excited to be able to move time faster? Nobody. People are clicking this expecting there to be a fucking skip button. And at this point, I don't know how the player base is keeping up with this. Because if you're interacting on social media, you're seeing posts like this, you're already well aware of where these devs have completely dropped the ball to such a high degree when it comes to this game, and you just have to be like tuning out every single thing that this stupid account posts because they're clickbaiting you by pretending they're adding good features to the game. Isn't that one of the most insulting fucking things a developer can do? Clickbait their players into thinking that they're fixing the game, and then they do pretty much absolutely nothing. I don't know how any self-respecting person still gives these devs any time of day, but that's just my take. What a complete, utter, absolute, disgusting disappointment. Let me know what you all think. Peace.